Hey my little Frugie, welcome back to another episode. Today's video is another reaction to my 600-pound life. You and me, we're going to react together, and today's weight loss journey is LB's. I don't know why it says LB's, it's actually James B. And unfortunately, things don't end well at all for him. It's really... Anyway, we'll talk about it later, but let's get into it. Before we do, the sale is still going on, 40% off my ebooks. So grab it while you can. The code is summer sale, and you have to check out my Naked Lunchbox if you haven't before. It's got rave reviews, like very good reviews. You can look on Amazon, you can look on my website. It's basically part memoir, my memoir, and also it is full of self-empowerment for females, and it's a very deep book, and those who have read it understand, and hopefully, yeah, you can check it out too. It's got amazing lunchbox recipes in there as well. So yeah, this is one that I highly recommend, and a lot of other people do too, especially women. So check it out, there's a link in the description below. And if you want an instant diet change guide, then the Raw Till 4 diet is the book to get, and the sale won't be going on forever. So get it while you can. It's only for a limited time, and yeah, so let's get into it. No further waiting. Let's go. Let's hear how his story.
I'm doing this for you. I'm leaving everything behind, and all you want to do is bitch at me.
There are times where you'll feel like you lost all hope, but it's there. And all you gotta do is grab a hold of it and not let go.
True words, true words. Oh, so James L.B. Bonner, 29 years old, over 600 pounds. So he's a young man. Lexington, SC. SoCal or something? Oh, I don't know. Southern California? Oh, wow. Okay, so he's an amputee, and actually my dad is too. When he was 19, he lost his leg above the knee in a motorcycle accident. So I've only ever known him to have one leg, and it's a struggle. It's a struggle to actually live like that. It really, really is. And I just saw it, you know, growing up.
No one understands how hard it is to be over 600 pounds and missing a leg. Those two factors combined make getting around almost impossible.
I can't believe that he's an amputee and he's also over 600 pounds. Life must be incredibly difficult for this man.
Right now, the prosthetic leg I use is barely able to hold my weight. And every morning I have to fight to put a liner on over my stump. Then I have to be able to maintain my own balance. So I get shortness of breath from doing all the scooting and leaning up and all that.
Honestly, I don't think my dad would have survived if he was over 600 pounds with his leg off as well.
And it's pretty much impossible to ignore the pain and the aching and just the overall bad feeling, because my knee's killing me, my back's killing me. So my weight, it's keeping me from having a life.
No, you are keeping you from having a life, not your weight. Like it's something that you don't have control over, you know what I mean? Like you gotta be like, hey, it's me and I am keeping myself from having a good life.
I've literally let my weight just drag my life down to where I'm at now. I'm almost 30 years old, living in my parents' garage, unemployed and having to rely on them.
Yeah, very stereotypical, right? Like basically living in the basement of mum's place, no job, just probably playing computer games most of the day. I'm not sure yet, but you know, and eating junk food.
My dad works all day, so my mom's the one that takes care of me. She comes out and gets my laundry for me. She comes in and cleans my house. Without my mom, I'd be lost because there's no way I can stay on my feet long enough to get it done.
I do everything for LB because he's my baby. He's my youngest, and I would do anything in the world for my son.
Well, we'll see what you feed him.
That's how much I love him.
All right, I got your laundry.
There's days where I feel so worthless, I think. I'd be better off in the ground. So I just stay home and I don't go out. But the only time I do is if my mom makes me go help her.
That comment he said he's better off in the ground, that will become very important later on.
Yeah.
LB,
What?
come on right to the grocery store with me.
Well, I don't feel like going.
Well, we need to go get a few things, and you need to get out of this house.
I don't think the grocery store is the best visit for a super morbidly obese individual. Maybe go to the park?
It's like once a month she really gets worried that I'm just wasting my life staying indoors. I guess I can go. I'll be out there in a minute.
I got the car cranked up, so come on.
But it's hard on me. And barely doing anything leaves me breathing like I just got done running a 5K. And
Got to take some weight off those organs. You know, the fat is pressing on the lungs, pressing on the heart. It's compressing everything. So it's making it harder, you know, for your body, for you to breathe, for the blood to flow. It's a shocker.
Start to sweat after just taking a few steps out the door. I'll drive.
I got the air conditioner turned on.
And my prosthetic leg starts to hurt a lot if I stand on it for too long. So I try to get the trip over with as quick as possible. I also know my mom's gonna start getting on my case if I spend too much time with her. So it's best to try not to fight her. But I hate coming to grocery stores because I feel like 20 minutes after I walk in, I'm gonna have a damn panic attack. Because my whole life I've always been, you know, one of the biggest people everywhere I've went. Then you add the fake leg into it, and I'm a 6'4" bald pirate. Of course people are gonna look.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's amputees all over the place. People have accidents. It's just life. You know, people looking at it, who cares? You know, they're just looking because they're like, wow, okay, there's someone who's had an accident. I think that's what most people think when they see an amputee. But when you're 600 pounds, that's definitely, over 600 pounds, that's definitely your choice. So make your life easier and don't let yourself get there and lose the weight, and, you know, life will become so much better.
But once I start to get the things I want, I can calm down a bit.
When LB wants to get sodas and snack cakes and potato chips, it makes me feel awful.
Wow, so the sodas, and I mean, look, the sodas are not fattening. High fructose corn syrup, sugar, doesn't make you fat. Okay, let's just get that straight. Does not make you fat, but it will definitely rot your teeth. It will dissolve your teeth out of your head for sure. So I do not recommend it.
What am I supposed to do? Tell him no?
Yes, tell him no. He's living with you. You are the boss, basically. You have the control. You can say no. Look, you're killing yourself, and I don't want to be part of this.
To me, that's the only thing left that he has.
I know my mom wants me to stop eating as much as I do.
It's not about how much you're eating. We need to get this clear. You need to get this clear. If you think it's all about the volume, you're wrong, okay? Because these, actually, a lot of this junk food is you can compress it into almost nothing. It's hardly anything because there's so little fiber in there. So little fiber. It's just the fat calories. Keep those fat calories low. This is super, super important. And then your whole body and your energy level is going to change.
But it's funny, if I don't ask for something, she won't say anything, and she gets it for me. But if I do ask for something, she gives me this look or this tone. Then she gets passive-aggressive about it, and I don't need that from her. Will you grab a thing of the pepperoni pizza pockets?
This is such a typical order, isn't it? This is such a typical, like, pizza that they like the pepperoni, the cheese, fat, 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 fat.
Is that what?
Do me a favor, if you are not vegan, go vegan, but please just leave out the pepperoni, leave out the carcinogenic processed meats and the cheese for a start. Do that and your life will change.
Is that what you want?
You don't have to turn around and be a smart ass about it like that.
Oh, he's a bit spicy. He's feeling embarrassed in front of the camera most likely, and the mum is just feeling awkward and like she doesn't want to support this, and gosh, what a what a disastrous dynamic going on here.
All right, you ready?
So when it starts to get to that point, I figure it's just time to go home.
More like when you got your junk food, not before then. If she made that reaction like early on, you probably wouldn't have cared at all.
I usually do the grocery shopping for him. I thought it would be good for me to try to get him out the house and go with me today. I don't know if it was a good idea for me to do that or not, because I don't think he's too happy with me right now.
Take him to the park. Take him somewhere where there's not food. Then you can buy what you want and say, this is all you're eating. If you don't like it, get out of the house.
And I know it's time for him to go because he's sweating a lot. He looks like he's getting exhausted and tired.
Good, he needs a workout. He needs to sweat.
All right, if you want to crank up the truck, I'll put the buggy up.
It's just so frustrating because I feel like she makes the whole situation worse when I could just stay at home and avoid all this.
See, and this is what he's been doing for a long time in order to get to that size, is like avoiding responsibility when it comes to food, his lifestyle, like exercise, his whole life, and he's not working. So there's a lot of avoidance here, but it eventually leads to pain.
I hate coming to the damn grocery store.
I know, and I could tell. It makes me feel bad too, LB. I mean, I wish I could change things. Every time we try to talk about this, that's how you do. You don't want to talk to me about anything.
I don't want to.
I wish I could change things, she said. Yes, you can. Kick his ass out. If he doesn't want to eat healthy food that you buy for him, he's out.
Talk about it to anybody.
Well, then how do you cope with it if you don't want to talk about it?
I deal with it on my own.
How do you do that?
I just do, Mom. This is what I'm talking about. I don't want to be kept poked and prodded about it. If I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but she has to put up with you. You're living with her. She has to deal with the consequences of your choices. And yeah, you need to be prodded. You need to be like faced with how bad things are.
I knew that a trip to the grocery store was gonna make you feel this way, I would have went my damn ass self.
You're taking something that's this big that I can deal with on my own, and you keep poking and prodding at it and making it more and more. And it's turned something that I would have dealt with on my own and been over and done with by now. But you have to keep, well, why won't you talk to me about it? Why won't you do this?
Well,
why not this?
You don't think
Just leave me
Oh, wow.
the hell alone about
You
it.
don't think I felt your anxiety in the damn grocery store?
Then you should keep trying to bring it up.
Just stop at the mailbox and let me get the damn ass mail.
Wow. Okay, this is not a good relationship here. Yeah, he's obviously he's very aggressive, and he knows, he knows that he's got an issue and he doesn't want to get it better. And she's trying to like push him out of his comfort zone, and he gets angry because of that. He just wants to go back into his man cave.
I probably need a breather, if you want to know the damn truth. Stop the damn car.
I don't want to sit there and have a conversation the whole way home about what I was just upset about in a store.
Yes, you need to. You need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to face it. First step is facing that you've got a problem and admitting it. His whole life is avoid, avoid, avoid.
And she's one of those people that wants an answer to everything, and I'm one of those people that don't want to talk about anything.
Yeah, and this is part of the reason you're still in a situation you are, because you're just trying to push it away and pretend that you're not in a situation.
And I get so emotional that all I can think about is getting something to drink and eat. So that's pretty much how most days go for me.
Yeah, see, the procrastination with the food, using food as well, it's not food, using junk, using toxic, chemical-laden Franken food as a distraction to actually step up, raise his standards, and take his life to a better place.
This shouldn't be my life, and this shouldn't be her life. And if I could go back in time and change the things that happened that led me here, I would do it in a heartbeat.
You cannot live like that. You cannot live with regrets. Oh, I regret what happened in the past. It's completely useless. If you're doing it now, just get rid of it. It's useless thought process and emotion. You can't change it. So you get over it and you change what you can in the moment. And see, he's already just, what? Is he drinking alcohol now?
I was adopted as a newborn.
Okay, he's adopted. Look, you can tell from the onset here, my pet penguin, she was really, she loved him a lot. This is very special for her.
Because after having 3 girls, my parents decided to adopt a boy, and so they got me.
My husband and I always wanted a son. So when we adopted him, we felt so blessed to be his parents.
Everybody wants to have a son, especially me. That's all I dreamed of, having a boy, give him my name, let him carry on my life. And my whole family wanted to share this, not just me and my wife.
Since I was the only boy in our whole family,
He's spoiled. I'm already getting this vibe. I'm already getting this feeling that he was very spoiled. Because he was very special. He was adopted, the only boy.
I was the one that was going to continue the Bonner name. So it was like everyone was raising me, including my aunt. So I spent a lot of time with my Uncle Sam and my Aunt Dora. I called them Ma too and Dad too. I was always excited to go stay with my aunt and uncle.
He's already, looking quite chubby there.
Because every time I'd get down there, the first thing she'd do was go open up the cabinets and say, "What you want?"
That is so irresponsible and a form of manipulation. I hate it, like terrible parenting, and especially like when you're not the parent and just being like, hey, like little kitty, like here, have this junk food. You're gonna like us better because we're feeding you junk food. I don't know, just not good.
It was always beef sticks or pig in a blankets or snack cakes. I guess that's when I started associating that comforted feeling with food.
They spoilt him because whatever he wanted at night, if it was a piece of cake, if it was ice cream, whatever it was, Dora would get up and fix it.
Why were you letting your child go to your sister's place, auntie's, and just chow down on junk food? Why didn't you have a conversation? I'm not sure she did yet, but obviously not because of how he turned out. Could have had a conversation or not let him go there so much. Let's see if she takes responsibility.
When I would finally get LB home after a few days, he'd scream and he'd cry and he'd want ice cream, but he would not get rest or sleep until he had what he wanted to have.
That's because he's been trained to behave that way. This has nothing to do with him as an individual. He is a baby, he's a child. It's because he's been trained by probably you as well and your sister to just, be very spoiled, get whatever he wants, when he wants. And so then he becomes very hard to deal with, right? You can't just give them anything they want or you're gonna really raise a terrible child. Just a note on this, when you see those those kids that, I don't want to say the word, but they, to their parents, do this, they take them out. They are usually very spoiled children who kill the parents. I'll just say the word. I'm sure it's going to be not too bad. Think about that. So you know, these parents think they're doing the right thing, I think, by like giving them whatever they want and, you know, treating them like they're little princes and princesses, but they're really, really raising a future damaged adult.
Over the next few years of going to my aunt's house, I gained a lot of weight. And by the time I was 8, I was already 150 pounds.
I am so confused why he's spending so much time at his aunt's place. What's, you know, something more going on here. Like, why weren't the parents actually raising him?
But when I was almost 9, Aunt Dora got diagnosed with cancer, and she ended up passing away.
I'm telling you, when his ma too died, it's like this little boy was just crushed. It's just like his whole world fell apart.
Yeah, well, I mean, one reason, because he no longer had access to all the snacks, maybe. I'm not sure, but she's probably got all the snacks at home too.
I'm 29 now, and it's still the hardest loss I've ever went through. And after my mom too died, I'd probably eat a pack of hot dogs every 2 days. Food was the only thing.
See, so she died and he was still a young boy and he was able to get all this junk food after she died. So the mum is like the biggest problem here. Number one, she allowed him to go to the sisters and to get fat. Number two, she is continuing to feed him crap or allow him to get crap after the sister died. So
That helped, but the pain would come back, so I'd start eating again. And anytime I'd just kind of have that blah, empty feeling, you know, after my parents went to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock, I'd go into the refrigerator and I'd eat whatever was in there. And
yeah, but I mean, that would never happen in my house growing up. There's no way in the world I would be really punished for doing that, for like just getting up in the middle of the night and going to the fridge for a start. And you should be. There should be some sort of like disciplinary action when that happens. And also, there wouldn't be a whole lot of junk food in there for me to eat because my parents were eating healthier, not perfect, but definitely not a whole lot of junk.
so I just kept gaining. And I hit 200 when I was 12. And that's when my weight started preventing me from doing normal things.
Those parents are shockers.
I remember we went to sign me up for football, and I was too big. I was over the weight limit. And I could just see in my dad's face that I had disappointed him.
I mean, I'm disappointed in the dad. Like, seriously, why is he not turning this situation around? See, that they're now they've raised a... And by this age, he's probably really, stubborn and kind of controlling and manipulative in like temper tantruming. You know what I mean? It's already been a long time where he's been getting everything he wants.
But in high school, there were no weight limits for football. So that's when I got really involved. And I mean, from that point forward, it was kind of encouraged for me to stay as one of the biggest guys on the team. And I feel like the only proud times my dad ever had was during football games.
LB was a good player. And when he was a sophomore in high school, he won Offensive Player of the Year. So that's a big achievement for somebody being a sophomore. And I was proud of him.
But that couldn't last because I started to get so big it affected my health.
Didn't you think then, as an individual, even though you're still a child, like, hang on, I'm getting fat, I've got to do something about it. I was thinking about it very early, at a very young age. There's got to be some, some self-realization.
I was 17 and over 400 pounds at that point. So I quit football. And I felt like I was letting everybody down, especially my dad. I had a huge
Especially yourself.
amount of guilt over it. And I just couldn't take it. So a few weeks after I quit football, I ended up dropping out of high school. I started partying a little bit more. That's probably about when I started kind of drinking.
He just wants to do everything that's easy, basically. And a lot of these individuals do. Just easy, drop out of high school, just go and get pissed, just lead a really mediocre life. That's what he wants to do. And it shows, right? It shows on their bodies.
Then going to eat late night, stuff like that. Because I was trying to drown out all the pain and guilt I had. So when I was around 19, I was approaching 500 pounds.
Gosh, I feel like he's lost his legs doing something, drink driving or even motorbike. I'm not sure yet. I have no idea.
But I felt horrible at that point about my life and all the ways I disappointed my family. Because they have all these expectations of what they were getting, and I didn't meet any of them. And ever since I quit playing football, I just feel like my dad's never
Wow, he is really tall.
had anything to be proud of me about. And his big dream for me was he wanted me to learn the flooring business, for him to be able to pass that down to me one day. My weight won't let me learn flooring. But as I was gaining weight in my early 20s, one of the days that I regret the most happened. I was supposed to be at a Mother's Day lunch, and one of my best friends, he wanted to go ride four-wheelers that weekend. I knew it wasn't a good idea at my weight, but I wanted to have some fun. The last trail we were on is where I ended up getting into my accident, shattering a bunch of stuff in my foot. And after a failed surgery attempt, I ended up with a bone infection.
Wow, so did he say like a four-wheel drive or something? I think maybe motorbikes. And another motorbike accident where someone's lost their leg.
And it left me with only a few options, and the option we went with was amputation.
When LB hurt his leg and the surgery failed, it was just too painful. And he said, Mommy's, you know, I'm gonna be better off without the leg. And he thought when he got it amputated that it was gonna be better. But it was hard for him to get around, and it wasn't what he thought it was gonna be.
I was tired of feeling like I made the complete wrong decision. Because my parents had to start doing everything for me and taking care of me like I was a kid again, especially my mom. So I mostly just stay at home and lay in my bed or watch TV on the couch. And I don't see a whole lot of people, except when my family has our monthly cookout. But even then, I don't really want to face anyone because I just feel like such a huge disappointment, letdown, and I feel like my parents completely regret the day that they signed adoption papers on me.
Yeah, you can see he's got a lot of just hating on himself, you know, hating himself. But I mean, you just have to bust out of this. You have to bust out of it, or you end up in the ground. Honestly, that's the choice. You just got to leave it in the past. What's done is done. Today is the day I change, and you need to make that choice, and you need to step up, and you have to get the right nutrition, obviously. He's got too much time on his own thinking and welling over the same thing over and over again, feeling this guilt, feeling disgusted in himself, disappointed. He needs to contribute to society. He needs to get out of himself, stop focusing on himself so much. You know what I mean? He's basically... yeah, he's just obsessed with himself, and he needs to get out and contribute to community, so then he feels better about himself because he's actually giving. He's taking from everyone around him, taking from the supermarket, the junk food, taking from his mom, taking from the family, take, not give. And he's not working or anything. So you can see how this can be a big problem.
What's LB doing? I think he's in his room. He must be upset. I don't know how to know what's going on inside LB if he can't tell me.
You need to get him into a job. The boy needs a job.
But he never opens up to me. So all I know to do is constantly stay on him, do not check out on life. LB.
What?
Come on outside and get something to eat.
I just don't feel like being around anybody right now.
Well, we want you to come out and try to get something to eat. Can you at least think about it for a few minutes and come on out?
Just give me a little bit.
If not, I'm coming back.
He's definitely too spoiled, like he's allowed to just do what he wants. He needs to have a struggle. I mean, a real struggle. He needs to be just kicked out and have to fend for himself and, you know, get him kind of just into like this more survival state rather than, oh, I can just sit here and well over my own problems and go over it again and again and again. You know, it's just very destructive.
Again here.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Can't just lay around here all day. You know, you need to get out of this bedroom.
Yes, Mother. I'm thankful my mom takes care of me, but I'm miserable here. I'm almost being smothered here.
Yeah, you're being treated too, like, good, really. You know, allowed to just lie around all day, you're getting served junk food, you can just focus on yourself, not contribute to others. It's destructive. It's like people who get on the dole and who are just, the dole in Australia is, you know, like government support, and they just basically sit around and they, you know, smoke the pot, don't do much with their lives, and become depressed, and it's a really, like, bad cycle they can get into.
That little bit of independence that I still have left, I almost feel like is being encroached on. And my mom will do anything in the world to help anybody, but she's gonna take every opportunity she can to remind you that she's done it for you.
Good, good, because you need to, like, realize that you're being a burden. It's good she's reminding you.
Oh, did you decide to come out?
Yeah. I just wish she'd give me some space at times and let up. Because sometimes I just want to seclude myself so I don't feel like an embarrassment or a burden to my family.
LB, you want something to eat?
He's definitely heavy in the victim mentality right now.
Yeah, just give me 2 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers.
Just 2 hot dogs and just 2 hamburgers. But again, there's hardly any fiber, even in the bread. Hardly any fiber in these meals. So you can really, I mean, I can eat that. I can eat 2 hamburgers and 2 hot dogs, no problem. It just, you know, you can fit a lot in that stomach if you don't have a lot of fiber in the meal.
When LB finally comes out of his room or his hiding, I guess we all feel like we're trying to comfort LB, and food is one of the ways that comforts him.
Thank you. When I'm in a real dark...
I mean, see, the fact that he is actually being served, why can't he get up and get it? Yes, he has 1 leg, but you should see my dad. My dad has been working on the farm where I grew up for like the last 40 plus years. And, oh yeah, probably just 40 years or so. And he's out there working 12 hours a day with 1 leg. So there's no excuse. No one's serving him food like this. And he's like 82.
Place where I turn to food for kind of that safe, comforted feeling. It's not uncommon for me to eat the portions of 2 or 3 grown men. And I'll keep eating or drinking until I get that, like, full feeling.
I think emotionally he has just given up on life.
Right. She is probably right. He has given up.
And if giving my brother food is the only thing that will make him happy at the point in his life now where he is.
He definitely, he ate like half that hot dog in 1 bite. He takes big bites, this one.
Then that's what we all do as a family.
I never thought enabling LB would lead to what it is now. I feel like he's not gonna live long. I worry about him every night. My wife has to get up and go check on him every morning, make sure he's...
Yeah, I mean, like, you worry about him every night and all this, yeah, all this kind of lip service, but you're still feeding him crap. You're still feeding him crap. You brought him up on crap. This is unacceptable.
alive, because you don't know one morning next week he's gonna be there or not.
I need help, and it's pretty much life or death at this point. And if I can't find some way to stop all this and change, it won't be long before I'm gone.
Get this man a job. First and foremost, he needs a job. He needs to be thinking outside of himself for once and contributing to others. Finally at month 1. Let's get to Dr. Now.
And I'm thankful for this chance, because I know I'm running out of time.
Okay, he's heading off to Dr. Now's. Hopefully the car does not break down.
I just hope we both survive being together nonstop for 2 days.
What you gonna do? Tell me not to talk to you?
No.
He's driving? Again, why is he driving? He is a heart attack risk.
I just got a lot on my mind right now.
I'll make you a promise if you make me one.
What?
If you try to be nice and look after me.
Everything's gonna be fine as long as if you know better than anybody when my anxiety starts getting up.
So what, you gotta control yourself as well. You can't just control those around you and say, you gotta behave like this around me to not trigger me, etc. No, you gotta control yourself. You can't control others, so control what you can, and that is your own behavior.
I just don't want to be poked and prodded like you're bad about doing.
Just don't react. If someone pokes and prods you, don't react. It's in your control. You can't control that person, you can control you. Just a little side tip. I'm not saying you. But you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of this like, oh, if you didn't say this, if you didn't act like this, then I wouldn't feel like that. That's really disempowering. That's giving your power to someone else.
My greatest dream's to make my family proud of me one day. But it's hard to convince yourself to have hope and start to believe in those things. So I'm just gonna focus on what's immediately ahead. And that's finding a way to lose weight before I hit 700 pounds and become immobile.
Definitely need to get him volunteering, if not working, volunteering somewhere. So he's like, oh, this is something that your parents would be proud of, right? If you volunteered and you helped others in some way.
Well, here we are.
I'll take the luggage up here and sit and wait on you because I can't make the walk from the parking lot.
Okay.
I'm already kind of hitting my limit. I just want to get this over with. Because I can feel my anxiety just starting to climb already.
All right. I've parked.
We just got to check in and get our boarding passes.
Okay, they're going on the plane.
You going to Houston today?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. So you may require a second seat, so I'm going to add that in your truck.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to add that at no extra charge. That's not right. He should be charged. This is, oh gosh, that is, anyway.
So much.
Okay.
Okay.
Your leg's gonna be worn out by the time we hit.
I mean, that's not for his one leg. My dad's never been given like an extra seat because he's amputee.
I'm feeling exhausted and I'm just ready for this to be over with. It's been a while since I've been around this many people. So my anxiety's just getting worse. And I'm really ready to just be on the plane and be.
I mean, I have a bit of anxiousness about being in crowds too, around a lot of people, but you've got to deal with it, right? If you want to live the life or live a life in this very populated planet, then you got to deal with it.
Out of view from all these people. Because I just feel like a freak on display for everybody right now.
I feel like there's quite a few people who look like him in America, so it wouldn't be that much of a freak show for people to see someone his size.
You're sweating, LB, so
Maybe at the airport, yes, because people this size don't travel as much.
bad.
I feel like I'm having an anxiety attack. I feel like my damn heart's about to beat out my chest. I thought everything was kind of hitting on the way here, but now it's really getting real now. So now it's just a wait to see what it's like once we're on the plane. But I think I'll be fine because I've got 2 seats to myself and my mom's in the 3rd seat. But I need to sit in the aisle because I can't bend my leg. I thought if I sat by the aisle with my fake leg, it'd be easier since I can't bend it. But it's falling in the aisle and it's extremely painful to hold it in. so I have to move. I can't keep my leg out of the aisle. I need to switch seats. I'm
There's no way he could go to the toilet on the plane.
really hurting right now. There's a lot of pressure on my leg and my whole body. And my stump's absolutely killing me right now. Imagine having two bones just squared off and having just a piece of muscle and a piece of skin over the end of it. And imagine having 600 pounds come down on it.
You should have thought about that as you were gaining weight, right? It's not a good situation to put yourself in.
On like a 1 to 10 scale, it's like an 8. But I think if I just rest and get something to eat, I'll have the energy to make it.
If you're at the airport, you don't have to go to fast food. You don't have to go to like something that's like McDonald's or something. Get some rice, get some sushi. There's almost always sushi available. Get a rice-based dish. Stay away from this carcinogenic, fried, heart attack food.
Let me get a large number 5. So I just need something to help me deal with the pain.
The junk food is not going to help you deal with the pain. It's going to make the pain worse after you eat, because your blood is going to be thickened. You're going to have so much more inflammation, so much more dehydration. Terrible idea.
I have probably been with LB more in the last day than we usually spend in a week together. And it's hard to see your child suffer like that.
Not that hard, or you would have stopped feeding him junk food at home a long time ago.
I know I shouldn't be eating right before I see the doctor, but I just need to get something to keep me going, because my leg has never hurt this bad.
Wait until after this meal.
Eddie, I'm getting old.
Now I just want to get everything and get to my appointment as fast as I can. But I feel like there's a lot right on the appointment today. And it's going to be basically walking into the complete unknown.
Oh, good. Where's it at?
And I'm trying not to let the emotions of the actual appointment get to me yet.
It seems like we've been traveling forever.
I tell you, I'm glad we finally made it to Houston.
Yeah.
Man,
Okay, they made it to Houston. Let's get to the scales.
James Bonner?
this is my last chance to get the help and the tools I need to turn it around. So I've got everything right on this appointment right now. I'm just scared shitless.
I'm thinking like, yeah, what, like 700 pounds? I'm not sure. He looks very tall. He carries himself quite well because he's only a young man still, but it's hard to guess his weight.
It's been a while since I've been on a scale, and I don't want to know how big I've gotten. So I'm not looking forward to seeing that number come up.
Okay, a bit less than I thought, but still very big. I think Sarah, the one before, that we just did before, she was 642 or 3, I think.
Seeing that makes me feel worthless. And it's a validation of how bad I really need this help. Because I've never seen that number go down. And I'm so close to getting too big for my leg and becoming immobile. And it takes a lot out of you to realize you're at the point where, you know, you've lost control of yourself and you gotta ask for help. I can't believe I've let myself get up that high.
I can't either, Albie.
Yeah, you've been enabling him.
It's just hard to believe.
How you, how y'all doing? I'm just waiting for that.
James,
Yep. How are
I'm
you?
Dr. Nazardan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And
Oh, there was no how y'all doing.
His mom, Karen.
hey,
Yeah,
how
I
are
go
you?
by LB.
What does LB stand for?
My dad's name's Buddy, and when they found out they were adopting a little boy, he told everybody he was finally gonna have a little buddy to hang out with. So
You're not little by any
no,
means.
No,
no.
my husband is, though.
My dad's about 5'5", about 140 pounds. So
So you're in Houston now to see me to lose some weight.
yes, sir. I finally accepted the fact that I need help bad to regain my life. And if I don't get help soon, I don't think I'll see 35 or 40.
I would agree with that. You're actually closer to the 700 today if we factor in what your leg would weigh. So if you keep going like this,
Interesting with the leg weight, yes.
you'll be in the 800 soon. And you won't last much longer after that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So how did you end up at this point?
I got a bad habit of binge eating, binge drinking, eating real late at night.
So what do you eat when you do that?
I eat a lot of fried food, or burger, or wings.
Okay. Do you get drunk?
Did you hear all that? Fried food, burger, wings. It's not a lot of carbs, it's a lot of fat, fat, fat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're just getting bigger and bigger. And it must be difficult for you to get around because there's going to be a lot of strain in that prosthetic with your weight.
Yeah, there's only one company in the country that was willing to build me a foot. And they've told me several times that if I gain any more weight, there's not going to be a foot available for me.
Yeah, you got to take it into your own hands. It's like with the airplane seats, rather than people wanting bigger seats and 2 seats, these morbidly obese people, just lose the weight. And that's what he needs to do, lose the weight so he can fit into society, you know, the restrictions within society. Or, you know, the standard things in society, like with the leg, like with the airplane.
So if you don't change now, it's going to be a much worse situation if you are immobile.
If I don't turn my life around, I mean, I'm doing nothing but, you know, destroying myself and destroying my family as well.
LB has a unique situation, being the size he is and having a prosthetic leg. So it's imperative that he start to lose weight and avoids becoming immobile. Because once he does, his body will start to get even worse much faster. Okay, LB, I'm going to put you on a low-carb, high-protein diet that is 1,200 calories a day.
What a surprise! We didn't know that, did we?
If you stick to the diet, then you should have no problem hitting a weight loss goal of 50 pounds over the next month.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna stop drinking
He's going to get the shock of his life, 1,200 calories.
because alcohol is no longer on the list if you want weight loss surgery, okay? So you need to make that change now.
Right.
And I know it's hard with your prosthetic, having issues with your weight, but you need to work to get your activity up,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Okay, you
No more serving him junk food, you know, so, you know, he just puts in an order, like he's got a waitress, what would you like? Oh, I want this and this. No more of that. Get up, get your own food, go and walk around the block, go and actually do things for yourself.
do all this, then we're gonna approve you for weight loss surgery,
Sounds good.
okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll
We'll
see
you
y'all
in a few
later.
days. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Okay, we'll see. Let's see. 3 days later.
After coming home from seeing Dr. Now, I cleaned all the bad food out from the house, and I got rid of the beer. I drank some of it because I couldn't waste it, but it's gone now, and I'm sticking to the diet. But I'm worried about
I love that, because I couldn't waste it. Yeah, right, bro. Just stop.
getting more active because my prosthetic leg's been making noises when I move. And I'm worried.
I mean, it's dangerous. It could snap, right? And then he's going to end up on the ground and might crush someone or crush an animal.
So today I have an appointment with my prosthesis maker to see if he can fix whatever it is. Because of my weight, my prosthetic breaks a good bit. And I feel like my current one's about to do the same.
So he's getting the fake leg, the prosthetic, worked out.
Now, every step you take, you're pushing down through it, and it's blowing right through the foot shell, and you got some stress cracks in the carbon. Remember when that foot broke?
Oh, yeah.
You went down, didn't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
hard.
Same thing's gonna happen if the foot breaks again. I mean, there's really nothing that can be done. You just
Okay, so he's got cracks in his leg.
need a new one.
That's what I wasn't looking forward to hearing.
And they're not gonna make one for someone that's over 600 pounds.
So you gotta lose weight, bro.
I'd take it easy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, man, just keep that in the back of your head.
I will.
All right, ma'am. All right, ma'am.
Well, this is more motivation for him to lose weight, right? That's how he can see it.
Right now I'm feeling pretty worried and kind of scared. I just wasn't sure it was that bad. I finally have this chance to turn my life around. But now I have a catch-22. I need to push myself to do more and lose weight, but that could break my leg. And if
That's why the food is going to make a big impact on your weight. It doesn't have to be all exercise. Just get rid of the fried. I mean, if he goes on a 1,200 calorie diet, he is definitely going to lose weight. That's for sure. Obviously not the best way to eat like a kid, you know, the amount of calories that a child needs, but it is what it is.
it comes apart while I'm walking, that could be really bad for me. When this foot breaks, it's not just like you're still able to kind of limp around. I won't be able to walk at all when it breaks. And if I can't have that little bit of mobility, then I'll be bedridden. That's going to cause me to just give up.
I mean, if this isn't enough motivation to lose weight, I don't know what is.
I know it ain't good for me, but whenever I get bad news like this, the first thing I always want to do is go get something to eat and drink.
Oh no.
Yes, ma'am. Let me get a Bacon King combo with a large sweet tea. Let me add
Is he kidding? What?
a 10-piece nugget to it, too. And I need an order of chicken fries, too.
This dude is unbelievable. Is this like just a couple of days after the appointment with Dr. Now?
I feel like if I go get something to eat or drink, then it's going to take that edge off of feeling so disappointed or upset by the news.
His desperation to avoid facing actual life challenges is just unbelievable. The things he does to avoid actually feeling anything, you know what I mean? Like feeling some discomfort, like he has to step up and change his life. Like all this food, that's what he's doing with the food. It's so, gosh. Just got to get used to actually feeling a little bit. I mean, he has pain obviously with his body and his leg and everything like that, but I mean the pain of actually changing who you are and what you do, that's a big challenge, and he's desperately trying to avoid it.
Thank you, bud. Because I feel like no matter what, I can never get ahead.
Oh, I wonder why. Because you're just being pathetic and mediocre and just giving up.
Something always goes wrong. I know this is my last chance, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes and work hard.
No, you're not. You've already showed us that you're not. This is already 10 steps back.
But it just seems like every time I try, something happens that sets me back.
See how he's talking like something is happening to him. He's not the cause of his problems. It's things around him. It's outside his control. Things are happening to me, not I'm actually causing these problems, these things to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like this lack of self-awareness is unbelievable.
Because if my leg is that close to giving out, then I don't know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to meet the goals I need.
Do you think stuffing in more fried food is going to help?
And then there's no way that I can lose this weight and get my life back.
Oh my goodness, he just squirted down all over his shirt. What? Oh, this dude.
That sucks. It's on there now.
Oh, and he just wiped the rest on there. Claude, classy, classy.
So I'm just feeling hopeless right now because I'm scared it's already too late for me.
Ah, stop this victim mentality, speak.
It's been a few weeks since I've seen Dr. Now for my first appointment. I've had a few hiccups, but I've worked hard to get back on track. After getting the bad news about my prosthetic, I was really depressed. But my sister suggested I could start doing my walking in her pool because that'll take the pressure off my leg. So every morning I've been going over to her place to do that.
Hey,
What's up?
how are you?
Good.
Good. You come to get in the pool?
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'm probably going to hang out and watch you a little bit. How's that?
that's fine with me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like the family is really supportive of him. Like he has a lot of support around him if he wants, but obviously the parents haven't been doing the right thing. They have raised him poorly. That's why part of the reason he is the way he is. But they are there also to support him if he wants to change his life, which is great.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Before LB started this journey, all that I saw was a state of depression that LB would not even get out of the house. Watching him getting up and getting out has been quite rewarding for me.
I have one more week till I see Dr. Now.
I think that's the first time I've seen him smile. Look at that big smile.
And I know how important it is for me to hit my goal by then. I don't want to keep letting my family down. I want to make them proud.
You got to use the languaging, I am going to make them proud. I am not going to let my family down anymore. You have to have more decisive, confident, committed language.
And I know my life and everything are depending on me doing this.
That is a good start to have him in the pool, definitely, but he has to do a lot of that for it to make much difference. Okay, month 2. Or as Dr. Now says, month 2.
My mom and me are back in Houston for my follow-up appointment with Dr. Now. And I'm obviously anxious to see if I hit my goals or not.
Oh my gosh, I'm really anxious too. I just have a feeling no.
And not knowing's killing me right now.
Gosh, I don't know.
LB?
My goal was to lose at least 50 pounds today. So if I did that, I'd be at or below 592 today. And I'm about to find out if I did
Maybe he looks a bit smaller. Maybe it's a black shirt. I'm not sure.
that.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. I was wrong. Wow, that's good on him. 48 pounds. So he surprised me. Hang on. Why isn't the mother more happy? Shit. What is wrong with these people? She should be like, yes, good on you. You did amazing, huh?
I'm a little disappointed that I missed it by a little bit.
Hang on. He's disappointed in 2 pounds? Just go to the toilet. You'll be fine.
But at least I'm moving in the right direction.
I am so disappointed that the mum didn't get excited when she saw that he succeeded so well. This is probably the first time forever that he's lost weight.
And I'm hoping Dr. Now sees how hard I tried.
Hello.
How's it going?
All right, how y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Nice to see you again. Okay, LB, you're just 2 pounds shy of 50 pounds, but 48 pounds is close.
Yep.
That's good.
And I haven't had a drop of alcohol since before my last appointment either.
Well,
Before my last appointment. That's not true. You said you had alcohol when you were throwing it out. That was after the appointment. Huh? A drop? Remember, you didn't want to waste it?
You show me that you're willing to work hard to do this. So I think you're ready, and we'll go ahead and prep you for weight loss surgery.
I definitely wasn't expecting to hear that, but that's awesome news.
So we're gonna start doing some testing on you, and if everything looks good, we'll get you on the schedule.
Okay.
It's great to see him smile. It really is. This guy needs to smile more. Needs to feel less sorry for himself and more happy about the future and the possibilities.
All right, you're doing great, Albie, but keep losing weight and getting active. But in the meantime, South Carolina is too far for you to come
South Carolina, SC, right.
and go if you're going to be part of this program. So I need you to go ahead and make the move to Houston for at least the next year. Can you do that?
Wow, moved to Houston for a year. Well, I don't know why I'm acting surprised, but you know, it's a big commitment, obviously.
Yes, sir.
That'd be super. LB could have lost more weight this past month, but he's close enough to his goal for me to see that he's willing to work hard. So I feel he's ready for the next step. And with both food and alcohol having been such a big part of his life, this won't be an easy process for him. You're doing good. Keep it up. And I will see you both soon.
Awesome.
Okay.
I appreciate
Awesome.
everything.
Okay. All right.
You
I'll
have a
see
good
y'all later.
night.
You too.
I'm really proud of LB because I know how hard he's been trying.
Okay, great. He's going to get the weight loss surgery. Let's move it on. 3 weeks later.
My mom and I found a place in Galveston right outside Houston where we're going to be moving to be closer to Dr. Now for the next
Wow, so the mum is going to live with him. Oh, this is going to be firecrackers.
year.
I mean, I know they already live together, but you know, it's going to be more enclosed space and not the rest of the family and everything.
So today we're it's kind of a farewell party for me and Mom.
I know this is going to be hard for everyone. What's up?
He has so many people supporting him. Like, you know, he needs to get into a state of gratitude. There's not enough gratitude in his life, in a lot of people's lives, and they're just taking things for granted. And like, look at this. Like, some people have absolutely nobody in their life.
Because with my mom moving down with me, it means everybody else has to go without her for the next year.
What an amazing mum to like just give up her whole life there for a year. It's a long time.
My biggest worry about Mom being down there is she's getting pretty anxious and emotional about leaving. I think it's just the fear of the unknown. You know, she hates new places. Where is Mom?
I think she went up to the house. I'm gonna go check on her.
I'll go with you. Let's go check on her.
It's ironic because my mom is my biggest support. But sometimes I feel like the stress from our relationship is what causes me to go to food the most. So there's the...
There he's looking outside of himself for the cause of his problems. It's mum, and it's mum stressing on me. That's why I have to go to the food. No, this is all you. This is in your control. And once you realize that, then it's, you know, world-changing, earth-shattering realization.
good and the bad to our relationship.
Mama, why are you in here by yourselves?
I'm so worried about your daddy. Y'all promised me that you will make sure he's okay, and he promised me.
Yes.
I try to
Oh, she's worried about her husband, the daddy.
get your brother healthy.
Every time I get around people, I start crying. Can you imagine what I'm going to be like Wednesday when I leave?
You know what? A year really flies by quick. It's going to fly by quicker than you think.
And
I kind of doubt it. It's going to be hard.
We're going to go out there and eat because everybody is here waiting for you just as much as they'll be.
I feel responsible for a lot of the feelings that she's got going on right now because,
What is he eating?
I mean, she's basically leaving everything behind
to do this for me. I'm in a lose
Interesting what he's got on the plate there.
situation. One hand, I'm getting the opportunity of a lifetime, but on the other hand, I'm putting so much strain on my family's relationship. I know my mom's taking this leap to basically save my life. And
Yeah, that's a big thing. You're being a huge burden.
And if I don't completely take advantage of this opportunity, then I've basically ruined our family.
Yes, you have. So I really hope you take this seriously.
And words can't describe how tired I am of feeling like a disappointment.
I mean, he can't ruin his family. It's up to them what they do at the end of the day, right? They still have their self-responsibility, what they choose to do. So, yeah.
We've almost made it to our new home for the next year. But my mom and me haven't been talking much. We've just been enjoying the peace and quiet. So I think my biological father is out of jail because he sent me a message.
Why did
His biological father is out of jail. He sent him a message.
he send you a message?
He's like,
I hope he ain't planning on coming up here and seeing you.
No.
Watch out for this truck.
I put an end to that quick like.
What'd you say?
He said, I stumbled on your profile and I just wanted to say that, you know, I know you've heard a lot about me and I'm I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'm still your dad. And I went off. I was like, actually, you're not my dad. I want nothing to do with you. You know, you're a horrible excuse for a human being.
What'd he get arrested for?
Drug possession.
There's one thing I'm...
I mean, like, just because of that doesn't make him a horrible human being, but I'm not sure what else is going on.
thankful for. I'm thankful that you never got hooked on drugs.
No. If I would have done like other people in my biological family, without a doubt, I'd either be in prison or dead by now. Especially with how my temper can be.
And that's something maybe once you get this new life started that you will have better control over your temper.
I highly doubt it. If he's going to eat 1,200 calories, he's going to be seriously glucose deficient. So it's going to be very hard for him to actually control his emotional state. I think it's going to be much worse, but I don't believe the show will show you that. The show will show you. I don't believe that will happen because they want to present it as, this program is successful, 1,200 calories a day is enough, everybody's happy. They won't show it all, I'm sure. I mean, they can't show it all, but you know what I mean. They're going to edit this a lot.
It's definitely something I need to work on.
Let me ask you this. Some of the crazy things that you've done in your life, is it because you felt like you were an outsider of this family? I mean, what I'm trying to say, did me or Daddy ever show you any difference in our love for you as we did for the girls?
It's not that y'all showed a difference or anything like that. It's just, I guess, choices and decisions that I made when I was younger really made me feel like I was a disappointment and a regret to y'all.
Yes, you need to get over that and stop having this victim mentality, right? We already know you feel that way. You've got to start getting a job, get out there, contribute to others, and be more grateful, right?
So I'm trying not to think about it right now. Because if I think about it too much, I may end up chickening out.
This is the new place?
So I'm focusing on the good that's going to come with this.
Wow, this place looks amazing and beautiful.
Instead of the worst case scenario that could happen. Because my only other option is just to lay down and accept my fate.
Didn't realize the place would be so big.
And that's not how I want to go out. So either this works or I die trying.
Love those floorboards. The day of the surgery. Month 4.
I'm nervous right now. I need this surgery to be able to move forward in my life and continue to get healthy and lose weight. But the difficult part of it is just trying to mentally prepare myself to go under. So it's nice to have family here to be with me today. My uncle flew down, and I'm thankful he's here because all the support I have today is appreciated.
You're ready to take him, huh? I love you.
Love you.
Okay, we're not going to watch the surgery.
LB has done well up to this point, and he should be able to lose 40 pounds this first month, then 30 pounds each month after that. But as he starts to recover and realize that overeating is not even an option, and that comfort and security blanket is now gone, he will have to start dealing with his emotions or they will get the best of him. But I'll give LB a couple of months to show me that he's working through what he needs. If not, his emotions will start to get out of control.
Month 5.
It's been a little over a month since I've been home. And for the first couple weeks, I hardly wanted to eat. But as I recovered more, some of the cravings were starting to come back. But my biggest frustration and struggle has been with my mom.
Oh, I'm not surprised there's going to be problems between you two.
Because I don't feel like she understands how hard this is for me to be on this diet right now. And instead of supporting me in that struggle, she's been bringing things home that she wants to eat or drink. And that's a huge temptation for me.
Well, yeah, there's something in that. You know, she should be much more responsible or hide it from him at least.
And that makes it so much harder for me to do this. What you drinking?
Watered down beer.
Watered down beer or a beer and some ice?
A lot of
Oh, well, come on. He's being really picky now. What's in the cup? What's in the cup? You know, that's a bit much.
ice and beer, watered down. Just gonna relax.
You don't think that since I'm making some changes that maybe you should work on making some too?
No, I need a couple of beers in the evening or a few. It makes me stress-free. I don't go crazy with mine.
Well, I mean, I used to drink to relieve stress too, and you look at what it turned into.
Well, that's the one thing that I just enjoy.
You don't ever think about how it makes me feel coming for the...
Oh, God, how it makes me feel. Like, seriously, she should have just said it's a cup of water and be done with it.
fact that I have a drinking problem for there to be beer in the refrigerator.
I have been through an awful lot of stress over the years.
I'm just saying that there's other, like I'm having to find other ways to deal with my stress.
Well, I'm glad that you are. You have to...
I get what he is saying, but I get what she is saying too to deal with him. She just wants a drink here and there, I guess.
Control your habit. You're the alcoholic, not me.
So you do think I had a drinking problem?
Oh, hell, you drink liquor.
I drank beer too.
But you drink gallons of liquor like this and turned them up. It wasn't just, you know, a few beers. You drink a gallon of liquor. Listen, I'm not even gonna worry or either carry on this conversation anymore. I don't feel like it. Oh my God, I'm done.
It seems like the more I do for him, the more he's got to find some damn way to bitch about something that I do. And I guarantee you I'm the only damn one that does anything for him. The only one. Most mothers would have given up a long time ago, and I'm still here.
Yeah, but you're a big source of the problem of why he is how he is. So it's like she made her bed and now she's got to sleep in it. You know what I mean? Her lack of caring with him growing up, as in just giving him what he wants, letting him go to his auntie's place and get obese, and you know, all of this is coming back to haunt her right now. And she's playing the victim card too. And I get it, it's hard now, but a lot led up to this point, and you going to the grocery store, buying all the crap he wants.
I can't keep going like this. The longer my mom has to stay out here in Texas, the worse it is for our relationship.
Why don't you just live by yourself then and look after yourself? I mean, I feel like he can just look after himself. He's able to walk around. I'm not sure why she needs to be there. I guess this company.
And if she doesn't at least try to meet me in the middle, then I don't know how I'm gonna have any chance at sticking to this for a whole year. And I'm worried I'm just gonna give in.
Month 6.
It's been a bit of a rough month because there's still a lot of tension between me and my mom. I still feel like she's just not very supportive of this change I'm trying to make.
Oh, stop focusing on, like, how about you be grateful that your mum actually came with you and she's living with you and you've been able to live with her all this time. How about a big gratitude for that?
Because she's drinking even more around me and still bringing in things that are just a huge temptation.
Yeah, she's probably like really struggling being there, so she just wants to get drunk.
For me. And if I bring it up, we just fight about it. So I've been really stressed out.
This is a bad sign. Like, it's like he's prefacing like, oh, I think I've gained weight and it's because of all the stress, it's because of mum.
James Bonner?
There's that super interested nurse, James Bonner.
Dr. Now told me I should lose 40 pounds the first month after surgery, and then 30 pounds every month after that.
Gosh, I'm actually scared that he's gained weight. Let's hope not.
So I should be around 450 today.
Okay, he hasn't gained, but not much loss.
It's not 70 pounds, but it's weight loss. And
Oh, so he's lost 160 pounds so far, which is great. Kind of missed that somewhere.
hopefully Dr. Now thinks it's good enough, because I'm doing the best I can. How are you?
All right. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
Good.
All right, so LB, you only lost about half of the weight you should have. So how is your eating habit coming along?
I think I'm doing good with it. She over-exaggerates the little amount that I'm taking in, but...
He gets one of these little protein little milk things. He takes it to bed with him at night. I go in there, he's drinking about this much. That's all he has eaten all day long. And Doctor, now I've been with him 24 hours a day, and I know he is not eating and he is not drinking but this much.
Well, he didn't sound.
Oh, so what, hang on. She's saying that he's just not eating and drinking. He's starving himself even more than 1,200?
Track. So you're wrong, and you don't need to push him to eat more. So give him a little room and see what happens.
Well, he's having headaches too.
The headaches are because of you.
Oh, it is not.
Oh my gosh.
It is not, because we're not even together during the day. You're always in your room.
You just said you're with me 24/7. You know what I'm taking in.
I know what you're taking in your bed.
Damn.
All right, you're not drinking any alcohol or anything like that, huh? That's not part of your liquid diet.
No.
That's part of mine now.
Yeah, that's...
So he got you...
Because he drives me that way.
He drives you to drinking.
Right, she can't blame him for that. That's just her dropping her standards.
I got it. Okay. So, LB, you're a pretty emotional guy, and your mom seems to be the source of 98% of that. So I think it's a good time for you to start seeing a therapist.
I'm a little hesitant about things like that because I've never done it.
Here's the situation. You know, you wouldn't have ended up over 600 pounds if there weren't emotional issues driving you to use food for comfort.
Okay.
It's a lot to do with the upbringing, though. This is what he's always known. This is how he's always distracted himself, procrastinated. Yeah, and he doesn't have a job, you know what I mean? Too much access to junk.
So we need to start the process of dealing with that before it gets worse.
Okay.
especially since you two have so much friction. LB's weight loss over the past 2 months isn't bad, but is clearly starting to slow, which means his emotions are coming to the surface right now.
I mean, it doesn't just mean that, seriously. Gosh, he's on 1,200 calories. There's a lot of changes going on in his body, and who knows what medication he's on as well. Anyway, let's move it on. Month 8.
A few days after I got home from my therapy session, I told my mom I think she needs to move back home to South Carolina.
So the therapy session I didn't show because it's going to be too long, the whole episode. Okay, so he's telling his mum to move home. Yeah, I mean, why does she have to be there?
And she was upset at first. But as we talked about it, it turned out to be a good conversation because she agreed.
But him by himself with the food responsibility, we'll see.
It's been 5 months since we've been back home, and she knows that this isn't working as much as I do. So she's going back tomorrow. But the
Quite a beautiful little spot there.
therapist thought it would be good before she left that I tell my mom thank you and share how I feel. But I'm just hoping it doesn't turn into another argument or fight. I want us to part on good terms. Mom, what are you doing?
I just got finished cleaning the kitchen up. What you doing?
Do you want to come in here and talk for a minute?
What's up?
All right, I just want to say a few things and you not say anything.
Okay.
All right, first of all, I'm really thankful that you took time to come out here and help me get situated and get through my surgery and all that. But I've struggled for a really long time, feeling like a disappointment and a letdown to our family, and I still struggle with that. And I know that I still don't feel like I've accomplished anything for y'all to be proud of. But I don't want or intend to have to rely on you and Dad anymore. I think me being out here and getting kind of a fresh lease on life is the best thing for me and for our family in general. I love you and Dad to death and all my sisters. I'm thankful that I've had y'all's support this far.
Now, can I say something?
Yeah.
You are no different to me than your sisters are. As if I had given birth to you, you carry my blood. When you hurt, or when your leg was cut off, or when you're in pain, I feel that pain.
I just don't feel like my self-worth has been deserving of those feelings.
She almost made me shed a tear then. That was very sweet of her.
But there is nothing in this world that you can do that I'm gonna stop loving you for. I mean, that's just a bond that I have. And I can't ever get through to you that you mean that much to me. And I am happy that you have made this change, LB, and that you're ready to step up and be a man, and you're ready to take care of your own problems. I know that they always say LB and I are like oil and water and we fight all the time. But I couldn't love anybody as much as I love him. And he's given me more trouble than all of my children together.
That's very interesting.
But the love is still there.
I think the talk went pretty good, and it felt good to kind of clear my chest to my mom and let her know how I felt about things. And I know it put her at ease to know that I'm at a mentally good place for her to go back to South Carolina.
Hey, I'm all packed.
You ready for your flight?
Yes, I am.
I do have one favor to ask of you before you leave, though. Can you throw away your donuts and the bread out the cabinet?
Sure.
Okay, she's going home now. She's going to throw out her donuts. That's a bit of a shock that she has donuts in the house. Month 9.
It's been about a month since my mom moved back to South Carolina. And I feel like I have a handle on things. I'm looking after myself and cleaning up and cooking my own meals. And I definitely feel more relaxed and a little more motivated since my mom
Was that like a poop in the fry pan?
is not here. I've made a couple little mistakes and cheated a little bit, but it's not something that's derailed me because
Is that rice he's got there? That would be cheating on Dr. Now's plan, but that's awesome to see some rice. Hopefully it is rice. Maybe it's cauliflower rice.
weight's still coming off and I'm still getting more and more active every day. And I've been riding an old bike I got because it's easier on my leg and it helps me get my heart rate up.
Exactly. I should have suggested that before, a bike, but obviously with one leg, that can be a little bit of a challenge. My dad actually, because he came from a bikie gang, he used to be actually the leader of the gang at one point. He actually went to 30 of his friends' funerals, all dying by motorcycle accidents. And he actually adapted his motorbike because of his one leg so he could ride the bike properly, because he couldn't before that, because he had the leg off. So it's obviously going to be more challenging with the one leg.
But what I'd really love to do is start running again. But I know I need to get a new prosthetic to do that.
Running? Wow.
I'd also have to go back to my guy
I don't suggest running. Definitely not. He should not be running at this point, and not for maybe a year at least.
in South Carolina to get fitted. But he said,
where is your helmet? You got to protect that moonhead.
what would be best is if I made it to the 400s first. So I'm using that as a motivator for me to get down to that weight. With everything going on and my mom leaving, I missed my last doctor's appointment.
This is really bad that he doesn't have a helmet on. Seriously, it's such an easy thing to do, and I have fallen off a bike and hit my head before, and I cracked the helmet. I would have really seriously damaged my head.
Dr. Now told me that I had to stay on track and lose another 30 pounds this month. So I have a big goal to hit when I see him next. And I'm working
I do love seeing him on the bike though. This is really, really good.
as hard as I can to do that.
And a message to those of you out there who need to lose weight, get a bike. It's really, really amazing. It supports your weight, especially if you're obese, morbidly obese, super morbidly obese, all of that category. It's really good to support your weight. You're not going to have a lot of that weight on your joints. That is really going to wear them down, basically. So yeah, it's like the perfect thing to do for weight loss. Month 10.
James Bonner.
See Dr. Now's photo up on the on the building. It had his full name and then his little grinning photo. That was cute.
Today I'm going to see where my progress is at and if I hit my weight loss goals to get me below 392.
Oh, he is smashing it. 102 pounds recently. So that's, well, he's lost a lot now.
I'm happy with that.
You can see it in his face too.
I knew I was doing well, but that's a
262 pounds.
little better than I thought. I'm guessing the doc's going to be happy with that.
He is getting around really well now.
Hey, Albie. All right, you lost 102 pounds over the last few months.
Yep.
That's fantastic. I'm proud of you.
Well, I can't thank you enough for
I love seeing that big grin on Dr. Now's face. He doesn't always pull out the big grin, does he? But he did then, and I'm so happy because this guy needs encouragement.
giving me the tools I needed. So my whole outlook's changed. I know for sure I never want to be the person I used to be when it comes to food or alcohol again. I never want to fall back into that.
Well, keep up the good work.
Unfortunately, yeah, I'll talk about it at the end.
Because you're doing great.
I will.
All right. See you later.
Thank you. I'm so happy about today and how it went.
Month 11. Current weight 352 pounds. So he's lost, 290 pounds. Amazing.
I've been on the road for 2 days now. I decided that I wanted to go home to South Carolina for a visit.
It's seriously dangerous for them to drive, people who are super morbidly obese, eating just 1,200 calories. So glucose deficient, but they're going to make it out that it's all fine on this show. It's really, really not. Dangerous.
And I'm excited to see everyone and show them the progress I've made. But I'm also really excited because I'm going to get fitted for a new leg while I'm here. And I also have a surprise for my dad. So this whole trip is a big deal.
Oh yeah, he's a lot smaller. Oh, so much support. Look at that whole big family.
It's like a high school baby. You look so young.
Seeing LB today has made me really happy. He looks so good. I'm so proud of him.
Now you can wrap your arms around him, can't you, Dee?
You look so good.
Still fat, there's just a little less of me.
A lot less.
I've had to add 3 belt loops and...
Great day.
So,
Well, we know where to keep it wallet then.
Give me a hug. I ain't seen
Wait
you
a
in while.
minute.
Looking good, bud.
coming home and seeing all the support that my family gave me about the weight I've lost so far definitely made me feel good. I expected
He has so much love from that family.
it to be over-exaggerated and really over the top, and it was a lot more genuine than I was expecting it to be.
Have we grabbed that stretcher over there?
This morning, I surprised my dad by telling him that I wanted to go with him to work and give him a hand. It was really important to me that I spend some time with him on this trip, and I
That's great. See him contributing, not just taking from everyone.
wanted to at least do this with him to show him how much more I can do.
I'm proud of LB, and all I want for my son is to be healthy and happy and live a long life. And I'm really glad to see that happening. I like his progress. To me, he's done it a little quicker than we thought he would do it. Usually that takes a little time to lose the weight and get in better shape.
And it should take longer. It really should take longer. And that's why, yeah, oftentimes they do gain it back long term. But this guy was on the edge.
Done it quick.
I know he's always hoped and dreamed that I'd take over the family business someday. And I'm showing him that maybe that's possible in the future.
The last month, month 12. Gosh, he's getting down there. He's almost in the 200s.
My new prosthetic finally came in. Because I've lost so much weight, I'm able to get a smaller one that's easier to use and doesn't cause as many issues. I can already tell it feels a lot better. And I'm hoping I can do something today I haven't done in around 15 years. I'm hoping I'll be able to start running. And if I can, that'll mean I can get even more active.
I feel like it's a little bit too soon. I really do.
And hopefully make progress even faster.
Instead of running, just find a hill to walk up. Okay, that will stress you enough. I mean, that will be enough of a challenge. The running, the impact when you're that weight, don't recommend it. Okay, cycling, swimming, walking uphill, better.
This is a little scary because if I slip and fall, I can get seriously hurt.
Oh, this is so risky for his joints. Like, you don't need to disable yourself right now, bro.
I'm exhausted,
It's good to see though.
but that was awesome. I never thought I'd be able to do that again. A year ago, I was living in my parents' garage, over 600 pounds, and hardly ever leaving the couch.
Okay, so that is the end of the episode. He did a really good job, right? He lost hundreds of pounds. Yeah, another shock. I am shocked that he actually succeeded, because that start was, yeah, I'm thinking this guy has too much victim mentality, too much like guilt and feeling sorry for himself, like for him to actually step up. But he did. He stepped up, and I'm impressed. It's just a matter of keeping it off long term. And I hate to say it, but this guy actually took his own life in the end. James, yeah, so I looked it up, and sadly, he spoke about his gratitude to those who had shown him love and support throughout his journey, adding that he had to face his demons head on. James's death was terribly sad, and he will always be missed. Yeah, maybe he actually wrote like a note, and I think it was a gun. I don't want to say too much details in case YouTube isn't happy, but he was found in a ditch somewhere. So really sad ending. I hate to like have to share that, but you know, people have complex issues, and he couldn't, and possibly he started gaining the weight back, and just, who knows, you know, just emotionally lost it. Yeah, I mean, low carb diets are depressing in itself. You know, he probably tried to maintain his 1,200 calorie low carb diet and just couldn't. And no one can long term. It's a horrible way to live. But anyway, we got to see him in a successful, like semi-successful time in his life, and good on him for doing what he did. And so that's my video for today. Don't forget the 40% off the books. You really got to check this one out. My neck length, and the other ones, of course. And don't forget to go fruit yourself, and I'll see you next episode.